Kidney-damaging foods, evidence-based guide. Did you know that certain foods celebrated as nutritional powerhouses could be silently compromising your kidney function? We're talking about items your nutritionist might recommend, foods sitting in your refrigerator right now that you believe are supporting your health. Here's the unsettling reality. According to the National Kidney Foundation, approximately 37 million Americans have chronic kidney disease. Yet, an estimated 90% remain undiagnosed until significant damage has occurred. That's 9 out of 10 people continuing their daily routines completely unaware that their filtration system is failing. Today, we're examining 4 foods that can accelerate kidney decline and 3 evidence-based alternatives that actually support renal function. This isn't about creating panic. It's about equipping you with information that could fundamentally change your health trajectory. The problem runs deeper than most people realize. Your kidneys process roughly 200 quarts of blood daily, extracting waste while maintaining precise mineral balances that keep you alive. This is extraordinary biological engineering, but it's also remarkably vulnerable. Kidney disease operates as a silent condition, progressing through 5 stages with minimal symptoms until you've lost 75% or more of function. By the time people experience fatigue, swelling, or changes in urination, irreversible damage has often occurred. What makes this particularly troubling is how foods marketed as health-promoting can become problematic when kidney efficiency drops even moderately. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition found that patients with stage 3 chronic kidney disease who consumed high levels of certain minerals experienced accelerated progression to stage 4, requiring dialysis preparation. The conventional wisdom that healthy foods are always beneficial simply doesn't apply when your glomerular filtration rate falls below optimal levels. Your kidneys can't voice their distress until it's potentially too late, which is why understanding which foods create excessive burden becomes critical for long-term renal health. The mechanism behind food-related kidney damage centers on 4 primary compounds: potassium, phosphorus, sodium, and oxalates. When kidney function is optimal, your nephrons efficiently regulate these minerals, maintaining homeostasis. However, as nephron function declines, even modest increases in these compounds create dangerous accumulations. Elevated serum potassium, or hyperkalemia, can trigger fatal cardiac arrhythmias within hours. Research from the American Journal of Kidney Diseases demonstrates that potassium levels above 5.5 mmHg increase sudden cardiac death risk by 40%. Phosphorus accumulation leads to secondary hyperparathyroidism, pulling calcium from bones and depositing it in blood vessels, essentially calcifying your arteries from the inside. The Cleveland Clinic reports that chronic hyperphosphatemia increases cardiovascular mortality risk by 52% in kidney disease patients. Sodium overload forces damage kidneys to work harder, elevating blood pressure and creating a vicious cycle of further renal destruction. Oxalates bind with calcium, forming crystals that lodge in kidney tissue and urinary passages. What makes this especially challenging is the individual variability. Someone with 90% kidney function might handle these compounds adequately, while someone at 50% function faces serious risk from the same foods. This is precisely why generic dietary advice fails, and why understanding your specific renal status becomes non-negotiable for making safe food choices. Now, let's examine the foods that can accelerate kidney deterioration, starting with number 4. Number 4, avocados. Avocados have achieved superfood status, celebrated for heart-healthy fats and nutrient density. However, this creamy fruit presents significant challenges for compromised kidneys. A single medium avocado contains approximately 975 milligrams of potassium, according to USDA nutritional data. For individuals with stage 3 or higher chronic kidney disease, recommended potassium intake typically ranges from 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams daily, meaning one avocado consumes nearly one-third of the allowable amount. The National Kidney Foundation explains that damaged kidneys lose their ability to excrete excess potassium efficiently, leading to dangerous blood accumulations. A 2020 study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology tracked 2,400 patients with moderate kidney impairment and found that those consuming high potassium diets showed a 28% increased rate of hyperkalemia, requiring emergency intervention. The risk intensifies because avocado's creamy texture makes portion control difficult. People easily consume half or whole avocados in single sittings, especially in popular dishes like avocado toast or guacamole. Additionally, avocados provide 240 calories per fruit, and when kidney disease affects metabolism or reduces physical activity, these calories contribute to weight gain, further stressing already compromised renal function. You'll find avocado hidden in smoothies, salad dressings, sushi rolls, and countless restaurant dishes where you might not expect it. If you have kidney concerns and still want to enjoy avocado, limit portions to 1/8 or 1/4 and account for it in your daily potassium budget meticulously. Number 3, processed and canned foods. This category represents perhaps the most insidious threat to kidney health because the dangers are largely invisible. Processed foods contain phosphorus additives that manufacturers use as preservatives, texture enhancers, and acidity regulators. Unlike naturally occurring phosphorus in whole foods, which is absorbed at approximately 40–60% efficiency, phosphorus additives are absorbed at nearly 90–100% rates, according to research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition. Common additives like sodium phosphate, calcium phosphate, and phosphoric acid appear in everything, from deli meats and processed cheeses to sodas and baked goods. A 2018 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition analyzed the phosphorus content in 2,394 best-selling grocery items and found that processed foods contained 736 milligrams more phosphorus per serving than whole food equivalents. The consequences are severe. Elevated serum phosphorus levels trigger parathyroid hormone release, extracting calcium from bones and depositing it in soft tissues, including blood vessels and heart valves. This vascular calcification increases heart attack and stroke risk dramatically. The kidney disease outcomes. Quality Initiative reports that kidney disease patients with phosphorus levels above 5.5 mg/dL have mortality rates 34% higher than those maintaining levels below 4.5 mg/dL. Sodium presents an additional problem in processed foods. A single frozen dinner can contain 2,000 milligrams of sodium, approaching or exceeding the entire recommended daily limit of 2,300 milligrams for kidney patients. This sodium forces damaged kidneys to work overtime, attempting to maintain balance, elevating blood pressure, and accelerating nephron destruction. Canned soups, vegetables, and beans are particularly problematic, with sodium levels reaching 800 milligrams per serving. Even reduced sodium versions often contain excessive amounts. These foods are everywhere: your office vending machine, convenience store, and most restaurant kitchens rely heavily on processed ingredients for cost efficiency and extended shelf life. Number 2, dairy products. Dairy occupies a complex position in kidney health discussions because it provides valuable protein and calcium, yet creates substantial challenges for impaired renal function. The primary concern centers on phosphorus and potassium content. 1 cup of milk contains approximately 247 milligrams of phosphorus and 366 milligrams of potassium. Greek yogurt, often promoted as a health food, delivers even a higher concentrations. A single cup provides 240 milligrams of phosphorus and 320 milligrams of potassium. Hard cheeses like cheddar and parmesan are particularly concentrated, with an ounce containing 145 milligrams of phosphorus. Research from advances in chronic kidney disease explains that dairy phosphorus exists primarily as phosphoproteins, which are moderately well absorbed compared to plant phosphorus, but still contribute significantly to serum levels. A longitudinal study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology followed 1,065 patients with chronic kidney disease over 5 years and found that those consuming more than 2 dairy servings daily showed 19% faster decline in glomerular filtration rate compared to those limiting dairy to 1 serving or less. The protein content in dairy creates an additional burden. When protein is metabolized, it produces nitrogenous wastes, including urea and creatinine, that kidneys must filter and excrete. For healthy kidneys, this poses no problem, but damaged nephrons struggle with protein waste management. The National Kidney Foundation recommends that individuals with stage 4 or 5 chronic kidney disease limit protein intake to 0.6–0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. A single cup of Greek yogurt contains 20 grams of protein, potentially representing a quarter to a third of daily allowance for someone with advanced kidney disease. Dairy appears in countless hidden forms: protein shakes, coffee creamers, salad dressings, baked goods, and most processed foods contain milk derivatives or whey proteins that add to your phosphorus and potassium load without obvious awareness. Number 1. Dark leafy greens. This revelation surprises most people because dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are universally promoted as nutritional powerhouses. However, for individuals with kidney concerns, these vegetables present a triple threat: high potassium, high oxalates, and significant phosphorus. 1 cup of cooked spinach delivers 840 milligrams of potassium and approximately 750 milligrams of oxalates. The oxalate content is particularly problematic because oxalates bind with calcium in the urinary tract, forming calcium oxalate crystals that constitute approximately 80% of all kidney stones. According to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, research published in Clinical Kidney Journal examined dietary patterns in 45,619 men over 14 years and found that those consuming the highest oxalate diets showed a 22% increased risk of kidney stone formation compared to the lowest consumers. For people with existing kidney disease, oxalate crystals can deposit directly in kidney tissue, a condition called oxalate nephropathy, which accelerates functional decline. A case study from the American Journal of Kidney Diseases described a patient who consumed high oxalate green smoothies daily and developed acute oxalate nephropathy requiring emergency dialysis. The potassium in leafy greens presents an additional challenge that many people underestimate. When you blend greens into smoothies, You can easily consume 3 to 4 cups of raw spinach in a single drink, delivering over 500 milligrams of potassium. Kale provides 329 milligrams per cooked cup, and Swiss chard contains 960 milligrams per cup. Unlike some vegetables where cooking reduces mineral content, research shows that boiling leafy greens only minimally reduces potassium and has virtually no effect on oxalate levels. The University of Pittsburgh Medical Center tested various cooking methods and found that boiling spinach for the 12 minutes reduced potassium by only 15%, leaving substantial amounts intact. These greens appear constantly in health-focused recipes, salads, smoothies, juices, sautéed sides, and increasingly in packaged superfood products. The health halo surrounding these vegetables means people often consume large quantities, believing they're making optimal choices, unaware of the cumulative burden on compromised kidneys. Now that we've identified the problematic foods, let's shift our focus to evidence-based alternatives that genuinely support kidney function without creating dangerous mineral accumulations. These three options provide essential nutrients while respecting the limitations of impaired renal function. Number 3, cauliflower. Cauliflower emerges as an exceptional kidney-friendly vegetable because it delivers substantial nutritional value with minimal potassium, phosphorus, and oxalates. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower contains only 176 milligrams of potassium compared to the 840 milligrams in cooked spinach, making it dramatically safer for people managing kidney disease. Research published in the Journal of Medicinal Food analyzed the nutrient profiles of cruciferous vegetables and identified cauliflower as particularly beneficial for renal patients due to its low mineral content combined with high fiber and antioxidant capacity. The mechanisms supporting kidney health are multifaceted. Cauliflower contains glucosinolates, sulfur-containing compounds that break down into indoles and isothiocyanates during digestion. A 2019 study from Food Chemistry Research demonstrated that these compounds activate phase 2 detoxification enzymes in the liver and kidneys, enhancing the body's ability to neutralize and eliminate toxins that would otherwise burden impaired nephrons. Specifically, the compound sulforaphane has been shown to reduce oxidative stress markers in kidney tissue by up to 40% in animal models. Cauliflower also provides vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate without excessive amounts of fat-soluble vitamins that can accumulate dangerously in kidney disease. To maximize kidney benefits, prepare cauliflower properly. Raw cauliflower actually contains more potassium than cooked, so always steam, roast, or boil it. Steaming for 5 to 7 minutes maintains nutrient integrity while slightly reducing mineral content. Avoid adding salt. Instead, use herbs like rosemary, thyme, or turmeric for flavor. Turmeric's curcumin compound has demonstrated renal protective effects in multiple studies. Aim for 1-2 cups of cooked cauliflower 3 to 4 times weekly. You can incorporate it as a rice substitute by pulsing florets in a food processor, creating a low potassium base for meals. Use it in mash preparations as a potato alternative, or roast it with olive oil and herbs as a satisfying side dish. A common mistake is drenching cauliflower in cheese sauce or heavy cream, which reintroduces the phosphorus and potassium you're trying to avoid. Keep preparations simple, focusing on the vegetable's natural mild flavor, enhanced with kidney-safe seasonings. Cauliflower is remarkably cost-effective, typically $2-4 per head at most grocers, providing multiple servings. Frozen cauliflower offers equal nutritional value at even lower cost, typically $1–2 per pound, and eliminates preparation time. Number 2, egg whites. Egg whites represent one of the highest quality protein sources for kidney health because they provide essential amino acids without the phosphorus, potassium, and cholesterol found in egg yolks. One large egg white contains only 55 milligrams of potassium and 5 milligrams of phosphorus, while delivering 3.6 grams of complete protein. The biological value of egg white protein reaches 100, meaning your body can utilize nearly every amino acid for tissue repair and maintenance, according to research in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition. This efficiency matters tremendously for kidney patients who must limit total protein intake, but still require adequate amounts for preventing muscle wasting and maintaining immune function. The National Kidney Foundation recommends that individuals with chronic kidney disease focus on high-quality protein sources that minimize metabolic waste production, and egg whites meet this criterion exceptionally well. A 2021 study published in Nephrology Dialysis Transplantation examined protein sources in 892 patients with stage 3–4 chronic kidney disease and found that those obtaining at least 40% of protein from high biological value sources like egg whites showed significantly better preservation of muscle mass and lower rates of protein energy wasting compared to those relying on lower quality proteins. The mechanism relates to amino acid composition. Egg whites contain all 9 essential amino acids in optimal ratios, meaning your body wastes virtually nothing during metabolism, producing minimal urea and creatinine that kidneys must filter. Additionally, egg whites provide selenium, a trace mineral with antioxidant properties that protect kidney cells from oxidative damage. Research from the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology indicates that adequate selenium status correlates with slower progression of kidney disease. For optimal preparation, avoid frying egg whites in butter or oil, which adds unnecessary fats. Instead, use non-stick cooking spray or poach egg whites in simmering water. You can hard-boil eggs and discard the yolks, using only the whites for salads or snacks. Create vegetable omelets using 3 or 4 egg whites combined with kidney-friendly vegetables like bell peppers, mushrooms, and zucchini. A common mistake is adding excessive salt during the cooking. Compensate by using fresh herbs, garlic powder, not salt, black pepper, or a small amount of hot sauce for flavor. Target 2 to 3 egg white servings daily if they're your primary protein source, or 1 serving daily if combining with other proteins like fish or poultry breast. This provides adequate protein without overwhelming your kidneys. A dozen eggs costs approximately 3 to 6, and since you're using only the whites, this translates to about 15–20 cents per serving, making it one of the most economical high-quality protein sources available. Liquid egg whites sold in cartons offer convenience and typically cost $4 to $6 per 32-ounce container, providing about 16 servings, and eliminate any waste from discarding yolks. Number 1. Red bell peppers. Red bell peppers stand out as the optimal vegetable choice for kidney health, combining exceptional nutritional density with remarkably low levels of potassium and phosphorus. 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper contains only 251 milligrams of potassium, approximately 1/3 the amount in a comparable serving of bananas or oranges, while providing 190 milligrams of vitamin C, representing over 200% of the recommended daily intake. This vitamin C content carries particular significance for kidney health. Research published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that adequate vitamin C status helps prevent anemia, a common complication in chronic kidney disease, by enhancing iron absorption from dietary sources. The study tracked 238 patients with stage 3 to 4 kidney disease and demonstrated that those maintaining vitamin C intake above 75 milligrams daily showed hemoglobin levels averaging 0.8 GDL higher than those with inadequate intake, potentially delaying the need for erythropoietin injections. Red bell peppers also provide powerful antioxidants, including beta-carotene, lutein, and zeaxanthin. A 2020 investigation in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry identified specific carotenoid compounds in red peppers that demonstrate anti-inflammatory effects on renal tissue. The research showed that these compounds reduce expression of pro-inflammatory cytokines, including interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha, which are elevated in chronic kidney disease and contribute to progressive nephron damage. By modulating inflammation, these vegetables may slow disease progression. The fiber content in red bell peppers provides an additional benefit by supporting gut health, which increasingly appears important for kidney disease management. Recent research demonstrates that uremic toxins produced by gut bacteria contribute to kidney damage. An adequate fiber intake helps maintain a beneficial microbiome that produces fewer nephrotoxic compounds. Preparation methods significantly impact nutritional value. Raw red peppers retain maximum vitamin C content, making them ideal for fresh consumption in salads or as snack vegetables. However, light cooking enhances absorption of fat-soluble carotenoids. The optimal approach involves gentle sautéing for 3 to 5 minutes in a small amount of olive oil, which maintains vitamin C while increasing carotenoid bioavailability by approximately 60%, according to research from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry. Avoid prolonged high-heat cooking like grilling or roasting for extended periods, which can degrade sensitive nutrients. You can also enjoy red peppers raw with kidney-friendly dips like hummus made without tahini, which is high in oxalates. Incorporate red bell peppers daily, aiming for 1-2 cups. They work excellently diced into egg white omelets, added to cauliflower rice preparations, or simply sliced for convenient snacking. A common mistake is limiting bell pepper intake because of cost, but buying them frozen significantly reduces price from $3 to $5 per pound. Fresh to approximately $2 per pound frozen, with minimal nutritional difference. Another error involves assuming all bell peppers provide equal benefits. Green peppers contain less than half the vitamin C and antioxidants of red peppers, so prioritize red varieties specifically for maximum kidney protection. Implementing these dietary changes requires a systematic approach that respects the complexity of kidney health while remaining practical for daily life. Start by scheduling a comprehensive metabolic panel with your physician to establish baseline kidney function through glomerular filtration rate, serum creatinine, and blood urea nitrogen measurements. Additionally, request potassium, phosphorus, and calcium levels to understand your current status. This information determines which dietary modifications matter most for your specific situation. Begin substituting problem foods gradually rather than attempting complete overnight transformation. Replace your morning spinach smoothie with a cauliflower-based vegetable blend, or swap avocado toast for egg white scrambles with red bell peppers. Track your meals for 1 week using a kidney-specific nutrition app that calculates potassium and phosphorus automatically, helping you identify unexpected sources of problematic minerals. Work with a renal dietitian who can create personalized meal plans accommodating your preferences, cultural food traditions, and specific stage of kidney function. These specialists understand nuances that general nutritional advice misses and can help you navigate complex situations like dining out or managing multiple health conditions simultaneously. Consider timing and combination effects. Consuming high-quality protein, like egg whites, with fiber-rich vegetables like cauliflower, slows digestion and provides steady amino acid availability, reducing acute metabolic burden on your kidneys compared to eating protein in isolation. Stay consistently hydrated with plain water, targeting approximately 64-80 ounces daily unless your physician has recommended fluid restrictions, which become necessary in advanced kidney disease. Adequate hydration helps kidneys flush metabolic wastes efficiently and reduces risk of kidney stone formation. The stakes surrounding kidney health couldn't be higher. Once nephron damage occurs, it's permanent and irreversible. You cannot regenerate kidney tissue, meaning every preventive action you take today directly determines your renal function tomorrow, next year, and decades from now. The National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases reports that individuals who reach end-stage renal disease requiring dialysis or transplantation face profoundly diminished quality of life and 5-year survival rates below 50%. This isn't inevitable. By making informed food choices based on evidence rather than assumptions, you can potentially slow or halt progression of kidney disease, maintaining function that preserves your independence, energy, and longevity. Start today by eliminating one high-risk food from your regular rotation and replacing it with a kidney-protective alternative. Your kidneys are filtering blood right now, working without rest to keep you alive. Give them the nutritional support they deserve, and they'll continue serving you for years to come. Schedule that kidney function test, implement these dietary strategies, and take control of your renal health before symptoms force the issue. Your future depends on the choices you make today.